Hello friends, it is Satya. This is Rajiv Dunne, Assistant Professor of Communication Skills at Srivillapalli Environmental Institute of Pharmacy, Dhule, Maharashtra. Friends, I'm in front of you today, starting on one more crucial aspect of communication skills, that is how to make your presentation more effective, more deliverable, more comprehensible, and more attentive. Student, effective presentation is the crucial need of this hour. No matter at what stage you are in your professional career, but delivery of your presentation must be attentive, must be engaging, and a lot of factors are there that can either enhance or either affect the delivery of your presentation. So friends, whenever we are talking about effective delivery of presentation, we have to keep a lot of points, a lot of factors in our mind. So friends, let's go ahead and see all these factors one by one. Friends, in the beginning, I do disclaim that this video and presentation is solely for educational purpose, and there is not any commercial motive behind it. The content and the images of this presentation and video are taken from diverse resources, and all of them are duly acknowledged in the references. So friends, let's see the outline of the presentation. Whenever we are talking about the outline of the presentation, throughout the presentation we will be exploring all these points one by one. The main focus of this presentation would be on speaking. How the role of verbal communication, majorly the speaking, impact our presentation. So first we will be talking about speaking and preparatory steps involved in effective delivery of presentation. After that, we will be talking about designing effective presentation. As I said earlier, effective presentation is the most crucial need of this hour, and a lot of factors are there that can affect our presentation or enhance our presentation. Your speaking, your content organization, your delivery and designing, then the 4 P's, that is preparation, planning, practicing, and presenting. These 4 P's are the vital and very, very significant when it comes to effective delivery of presentation. Most of the times, what students do, they never organize, they never prepare, and without any mock drills, without any practice, directly they come for a presentation and expect that and ambitious that they can be ambitious that my presentation should be effective one. In this way, if you are going ahead and doing your presentation, how do you believe that your presentation would be effective and presentable? Friends, these 4 P's are the 4 pillars, 4 keys of your effective presentation. What are they? Preparation, planning, practicing, and presentation. Then the delivery mode. When it comes to delivery mode, a lot of factors are there. Your voice aspect, yes, it matters. Whether it is monotonous, whether you have variations in your intonation. Because if variations are there in your intonation, in your pitch, then definitely your presentation can be engaging, your presentation can be more attentive, and it can grasp the interest of the audience. Then in what way you are doing your delivery in extempore speech and impromptu speech. Friends, if really you want to enhance the mode of your delivery, then you must always practice extempore speech and impromptu speech. Okay. Another point, that is audience awareness. How much profile of your audience you know, that also we will be exploring. In the managing stage anxiety, that is the most important aspect, because no matter how experienced and senior you are, a little bit anxiety in the mind always can be there, and that anxiety should be there because it helps you to prepare thoroughly your topic. And managing Q&A session, how to manage Q&A session, that is also important thing. and the learner objectives. Friends, at the end of the session, learner will be able to understand the role of speaking and preparatory steps which are involved in making your presentation more effective and productive, make and deliver professional PPTs with confidence, grace, and gaiety. That is the most important thing. You must have confidence when you are doing your presentation, when you are delivering your presentation, and you must have grace, attractiveness, and a gaiety. That is what spontaneousness. No matter how much time you have spent while rehearsing your presentation, but when actually you are doing your presentation, it must be what? Have a tilt of gait. It means what? It must be spontaneous. It must be natural. The tilt of artificiality shouldn't be there. Friend, learn. At the end of the session, if you watch this video thoroughly, then you'll be in a position to understand how to make effective, convincing public delivery. I mean, public speaking also we are going to explore, understand the 4 P's in detail of effective presentation, understand how to manage stage anxiety. Friends, all these points are very, very crucial. You'll know the importance of voice aspect, as I said earlier. You'll know different delivery modes, understand different categories of audience and their management. That's what audience profile, and you know how to manage QA session. These are the learning objectives. Nutshell, when we are talking about the effective delivery of presentation, friends, your presentation should include all these points. It must have a proper introduction. When we are talking about the introduction, what it includes? It should include a catchy attention, as well as therein you should ask the rhetorical questions to enhance the engagement of the audience. See, you know, the presentation is a monologue, but you have to involve your audience in your presentation, asking rhetorical questions at the beginning and open-ended questions at the end. Then and then only your audience can be more and more interested in your presentation. Otherwise, amongst them, a kind of feeling can be there that no, this presentation is not related to us, not relevant to us. We are not engaged. Such kind of feeling of such kind of foreign feeling can be there in their mind, and to overcome that feeling of aloofness, you can enhance your interaction, asking them direct questions. Tell humorous story. If you want to enhance the attentiveness of your audience, then anecdotes helps a lot. Provide a startling fact in the beginning itself. Because if anything surprising is there, startling is there, then definitely audience can be more engaged towards your presentation. Friends, the most important thing is what? The outline of your presentation. When you are about to start your presentation, when you have started your presentation, show the outline of your presentation, exactly what you are going to cover in your presentation. Identify 3 main points. That's what? Introduction, what you are going to tell in introduction. Main point, what you are going to cover in a main point that consumes more about 90% of your entire time of your presentation, and conclusion. And most important 3 points of your main part, that show slide with outline, as I said. And when it comes to main body, friends, your main body includes what? The main message, proper logical organization. It must be chronological, and it must be problem oriented. If any problem you have taken, then also you have supporting ideas. Whatever you are putting over there, whatever you are elucidating over there in your main body, you should support it with your secondary analysis or supplementary data or elucidations. Cite evidences for that. You can use written reports, use comparisons and contrast, and anecdotes and statistics as per your need and the relevance of your matter and content. And when it comes to conclusion, you should summarize in nutshell what you have said so far. It should repeat memorable lines if you have used earlier in a presentation. Recap main ideas. Recapitulation is the most important one. Mark exit line, because this exit line is the most important one, because it's going to enhance the effectiveness of your presentation, or it's going to kill the presentation, the impact of your presentation so far you have made on your audience, and use language as to conclude. Verb-oriented language that should be there. Action-oriented words must be used to enhance the delivery of your presentation. Friends, when we are talking about the presentation, speaking is the most important skill that helps to enhance your presentation. So people do focus on speaking. The reason is this one: if you want to effective presenter, if you want to convincing presenter, if you want to be productive presenter, then speaking is the most important one. Your voice modulation, your intonation, your pitch, your fluency, whether you are going too fast or whether you are going very slow. All these parameters, technical aspects of language matter a lot, because the comprehension of the audience depends on the way you speak out your thoughts. And as Pericles has said, thinking humans not able to express. See, your thinking is very closely linked with your expression. So that's why people always do say that think before you speak out your thought, because what you speak, that is very closely linked with your what you think. Thinking and speaking, your brain and your tongue, they are closely related. Thinking human not being able to express stands at the level of those who cannot think. So friends, speaking is the most important skill, activity of our life, because it is parallel and closely linked with your thinking. So speaking is most important. I should say they are at the same level of hierarchy, your thinking and your speaking, as Pericles has said. And it is the speech that differentiates humans from other animals. It is our thinking that differentiates us from others. And whatever thinking you have, it gets mode of expression through your speech. So your thinking and your speech differentiates you from others. So friend, speech is the most important thing. Intellectual expression is correlated with thinking capacity, as I mentioned Pericles. Speaking, if used appropriately, work wonders. In what way you are using your speech, that is most important. Whether you have a melody on your tongue, friends, conflicts can be there anywhere, but in what way you are managing your conflict, that is the most important thing. We always say that healthy competition must be there. When we are talking about healthy competition, means we are putting two opposite words together, healthy and competition. Because so far what we have learned that whenever competition word is there, healthy cannot be there. What we have understood competition means to kill other and take the benefit of it. But in fact, it's not. Speaking instills new zeal. It uplifts sagging confidence. It soothes what injured feeling. So friend, speaking works wonders. It's a miraculous skill that we have. Thing is what? In what way you use it. If you have a sugar-coated words on your tongue, if your language is sugar-coated, then everything you can get it done. Friends, even the no you are saying, in what way you are saying no, that also matters. What kind of words you are using to convey your negative thought, that also matters. So friends, speaking is the most important skill as it is aligned with your thinking. Friends, always do remember, public speaking is not an inborn talent. It's a set of skills that can be acquired, that can be gained through persistent efforts. Most of the time, students say that I am not a good orator. My communication is not good since my birth. But friends, let me bust that myth. What is the myth? That speaking is not an inborn skill or talent. After your birth, you can gain the language, And if you practice the language, if you practice extempore and impromptu speeches, then definitely you can be good orator. And our major problem is what, when it comes to communication and speaking, that non-availability of synonyms. Suppose that a particular word we are not remembering, then we mostly don't get another synonym for that word and we start stammering. Understand? So weak vocabulary is the major problem of our speaking. Great orators like Lincoln, Churchill, Shaw, Vivekananda attained excellence in speaking through what? Hard work and excellence. Friends, you have to practice whatever speech ability you have. You have to empower your vocabulary. If you empower your vocabulary, if you practice your speech, then definitely the day will come that you will be effective in your speaking. And when your speaking is effective, automatically, naturally, your presentation, delivery will be effective. Friends, effective speaking is an important trait that reveals your personality. Not only presentation, effective presentation, deliverable presentation point of view, we want to enhance your speaking, but what kind of speaking you have that reveals your personality. Friend, as Adolf Hitler has rightly put, all epoch-making revolutionary events have been produced not by the written words but by the spoken words. So friends, words and spoken words are the most important in our life, because when it comes to not only your presentation but your group discussion, when it comes to your debate, when it comes to your social interaction, when it comes to your professional interaction, even when it comes to your interview, oral words, speech is most important and significant, because it reveals your personality, it reveals your traits, it reveals what you are, it reveals your attitude, your thinking, your behavior, your cognitive abilities, your psychomotor skills. So friend, speech is the most important thing. It's a soft skill. Then what is speech? It's a soft skill used to accomplish everyday tasks. Since morning to night, constantly we speak out our thoughts. We are engaged in this skill. Verbal presentation. For verbal presentation also, speech is important and required. And also it is required to make people understand what thought you have, what ideas you have, to let others know your thinking. Speech is important. So friends, public speaking puts you on a pedestal where it displays, showcase what abilities and skills you have. To be successful, you need to learn the effective use of your voice, your body language, and your visuals. Friends, speaking, if misused, as I said earlier, tear apart your harmonious relations, because the relation building mostly and largely depends on speaking. If you use sugar-coated language, then definitely your network can be strong. Public speaking is an ability or activity of speaking to a group of people on academic or professional subject, not on personal or private generally. Here, in what way we are taking public speaking? Speaking out, giving expression to your thought on professional arena, not on personal and private. Dissemination of knowledge is no less important than the acquisition of knowledge. See, and dissemination you can through your public speaking only. And speech is the powerful instrument to achieve this motive, this end. So friend, dissemination of your thought, of your knowledge can be gained largely through your speech. So speech is important. And time consumption, if we see in which skill, in which activity, how much time we spent, then in non-verbals we spent around 55%. Voice modulation we spent around 38%, and in words we spent 7%. This statistics tells you that we need to spend much more time in non-verbals, because non-verbals closely enhances your delivery of words, your speech, as Robert Frost said. friends. Half of the world is composed of people who have something to say and can't. And the other half who have nothing to say and keep on saying. Dear friends, you can understand how speech and expression is important and intelligible. If your speech is intelligible, comprehensive, then and then only you can achieve desired impact and you can convince your audience. Friends, we all know that war at first begins in the mind and fought with spoken words first, and then they are fought on where? On battleground. So wars start in mind first, and often heated verbal exchange precedes the violence. The dialogue, two-party dialogue, or emissary dialogues. These are what the symptoms of tense relations. If relations are tensed, the tension can be overcome through communication, through speech. So friends, speaking is most important. The higher the post you hold in your profession, the greater are the occasions of public speaking. So public speaking is most important. And what are the occasions of public speaking? Presenting paper at seminars, while briefing your employees, forwarding any kind of business proposal, oral reporting, addressing gatherings, at inauguration, bidding of farewell, at different official events, public speaking you can have. Then what should be done to attain the profession? That is the big question. As Dale Carnegie said, a talk is a voyage with a purpose and that must be chartered. A talk is what? A journey, a travel, and that must be planned, organized. So organization is the must and very most important thing, friends. Whenever you are organizing your thought to express, please refine your message. Understand the basic ideas. What are the basic ideas of your speech? Focus on main thought and what are the main thought of your speech and what are the supporting details of your speech. In this way, if you refine your message, then definitely your delivery can be effective and productive. Friends, all speakers can't be the great orators. We know that. Though we have spent invest a big amount in speaking, but necessarily it doesn't mean that you can be world's best orator. But to meet common requirements of work situation, you need to acquire adequate abilities. To meet the requirement of your profession, friend, you have to what? Acquire adequate abilities of speaking. And for that, you have to polish. For that, you have to gain and enhance your speaking. Effective speaking adds value to your professional career, friends, performance and quality of your life. So public speaking is most important aspect of your professional career. If you have, suppose that if already you are expert, you are good at speaking, then you have to maintain that level of proficiency to sustain your professional growth or academic growth, and to maintain the level of performance, effectiveness in your expression. It's like maintaining the state of good health. So constant awareness of basics and regular practice is most important aspect of keeping the pace of your effective delivery. Friends, whenever you are talking about how to make your speech more engaging, certain preparatory steps you have to undertake. Preparation is the best and the only shortest path to success. And for thorough preparation, you have to undertake following points. Gather relevant data and appropriate material. Structuralize the material. Organize it purposefully. You must have trusted source. That is the most important thing. Ensure audio visuals. Have audience awareness. Prepare material for display and distribution. Inspect venue for physical arrangement. Prepare outline. That outline is the most important thing because it assists understand your topic more to the audience. When it comes to outlining your presentation, you have to find out what are the main points, keywords, note cards, points, sub-points. And when it comes to main body, arrange your entire presentation modules and sub-points, constitute them into an order of their performance. If topic is informative, the module or your topic be arranged in a chronological order, and each module should be related to a period or point of time. If talk is about problem, the content can have two heads. First, describe or explain the problem and its causes, and the second offers solution and its impact. In this way, if you prepare, then definitely your preparation and your presentation can be effective. Friends, always remember that mind is the most wonderful, memorable thing that starts working with brain, that starts working with your birth, and never stops until you get up to speak out your thoughts to the audience. Friends, if it doesn't happen with you, then you are a good speaker. And if it happens with you, that you have a strong mind, and when you get up, your mind stops working, then you have to understand that you are poor in public speaking. You don't have confidence to face your audience. There you need to work out. There you need to prepare. And for that, thorough preparation is the only solution to overcome this anxiety and stage fear. Friends, always remember, time spent in preparation pays off well. So friends, don't make presentation complex. Though you have a mastery over language, that doesn't mean you should use phrases, difficult words, and make your presentation language more difficult. Friends, understand the motive behind presentation. The very purpose of presentation is to make others, audience, understand what thoughts you have, what are your ideas. So keep easier level of your language, so to make it more comprehensible, more understandable. Friends, presentation you can divide on the basis of what that must be presented, because it is very crucial to understand the topic, the area that must be presented, the topic that must be shared, because those points are very important to understand your topic that should be presented, because without it the audience fails to understand the topic, and that must be presented if time, or that might be presented if time permits and occasion demands. That third point, that be what optional, but first 2 points that must be presented and that should be presented are obligatory and compulsory while making organization of your presentation. Friends, throughout this presentation, throughout the making of this video, when I was organizing the presentation, collecting data, I have used these references, that Emir with Effective Technical Communication, the book I have used, Meenakshi Raman and Prakash Singh's Business Communication, that book I have used, and also Butterfield Soft Skills and Alex Soft Skills, as well as I have used resources which are available on Swayam and Wikipedia. So friends, thank you very much for your appreciative remarks, for your support, and whatever difficulties, whatever questions you have, you can post your questions and difficulties on my YouTube channel. So thank you very much, friends, for your support, for your guidance, and for your constant watching to my videos.